I'm Josh Gippin. I recently completed a documentary film called The Chosen People, ? A film about Jewish identity, in which I explored, among other things, religion as mythology. So before we get started with the other storytellers, allow me to rant for a few minutes about something that really pisses me off. In hell, I'll be in good company. That's the theme of this month's Full Circle Storytelling. Well, according to Christians of the Middle Ages, you'd be in the company of Jews. And what about nowadays? Sure, you've got your Bernie Madoffs, your Sheldon Adelsons, and your Harvey Weinsteins. But you'd also get to hang out with Jerry Seinfeld. How about that? And Bob Dylan. Or how about Albert Einstein? And let's not forget the ladies. How about a beer with Roseanne Barr? Drink a porter with Natalie Portman? Wine with Harvey Weinstein? Probably not. Probably not. Seriously though, the Jews and the Christians had it out for each other from the very beginning. The Jews, stretching all the way back to biblical times, claimed to be God's chosen people. Then the Christians came along and said, yes, you were the chosen, but then you rejected Jesus Christ. And now you're no longer chosen. Now we're God's chosen people. There's a new covenant, and we're the new Israel. But they took it a step further. They said, not only are the Jews not God's people, in fact, they're the devil's people. Agents of the devil. And even depicted Jews as having tails and horns. This is why I wear my hair a little bit long. So you can't see my horns. To this day, there remains a mystique around Jews. Are we God's chosen ones? Are we the devil's spawn? We gave you Jesus, but we also gave you Karl Marx and Mark Zuckerberg. Some anti-Semites of the 19th century penned a book called The Protocols of the Elders of Zion, which they tried to pass off as a Jewish manifesto for taking over the world. It still circulates to this day, and you'll hear hate-filled speeches about the Jews controlling Wall Street, the Jews controlling Hollywood, controlling all of the media, pulling the strings of our politicians like marionettes. Ladies and gentlemen, I've come here today to call bullshit. It's easy to blame all the world's woes on a group of people like the Jews, but it is manifestly horseshit. And really, let's face it, folks, if any religious group rules the world, come on now. It's got to be the Christians. And the white Christians, right? But we all know the world is much more complex than that. And there are many sources of power, from China and Japan and India, from Russia to South Africa and Brazil. It's all, right? It's bullshit. As far as heaven and hell, who the hell knows? I say it's a bunch of religious mumbo-jumbo. I stand before you today as full-blooded a Jew as they come. Do I look like I'm getting ready to take over the world? Really? My grandmother was a barkeep here in Akron. My sister carries on the tradition, tending bar down at Pub Rico. My mom is a retired massage therapist, and my uncle is a plumber. We're just regular folks, not agents of the devil, not God's chosen people either. Just people. I think this was best summed up by an average guy on a New York subway with a heavy accent, which to this day I can't place, but I'm going to give it a shot. But he said it like this. He said, "You know what is wrong with the Jewish people? They think they are so special, the chosen people. And really they're pieces of shit. Just like the rest of us." Right? And who knows, maybe we're all going to hell. Thank you.